Hi everybody, Alana here, and today is episode 3 of Chattin with Alana. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Kicking my shoes off. Get comfortable. Got all kinds of stuff down here. Oh, today was a long day, and it's not over yet. So I made a little list of the things I wanted to talk about today with you guys. Nothing too important. It's not going to be, I don't expect this to be an hour-long video, but hey, if it is, that's cool. So I guess the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the things I've been working on. So the last tutorial you've seen, let's see, I think it was the baby blue, I cannot remember the name of that. The baby blue baby blanket, I don't know. Oh, I love that color and I love that stitch. That is beautiful. Love that thing. Oh, excuse me. I did the pillow. Let's see. I filmed the pillow. Got that all ready to go. It looks great. Of course, I didn't bring it. I should have. But I'm super excited about this. I started the matching baby dress. It's my first one I ever designed, so be easy with me. Ta-da! I'm still not done with it. I'm gonna have the dress go out, come about right there. And as of now, it fits my 3 to 6 month mannequin. I'll show all you guys that. Show you all of that in the tutorial. Things I wish I knew then that I know now after designing this and working it up, as far as it is now. I wish I would have done this skirt in this is a 5mm. I wish I would have taken this up to a 6mm just because it seems a little, I don't want to say stiff, but stiffer than this, which this and this is the same yarn, obviously different color, but I don't know. I think I would have done the skirt part. I would have bumped that up a hook. But, I mean, I'm not done with it either, so by the time I get it done, it may look nicer. But I plan on, I don't know, I might add a sleeve and then maybe do a shell at the end of the sleeve. And then I'm going to put something around the collar right here and then maybe add a little flower right there or something just to spruce it up a bit. But that is how far I am on that. The pattern of the skirt is a tad bit different than the dress, the blanket and the pillow, because it's a 2-row repeat on the blanket and the pillow, but on the skirt part of this dress it's actually just 1 row because we're working in a circle, so it made it a little bit different. But so I'm happy with it so far. I'm proud of myself. That's the most important part. I'm proud of myself. I thought about taking some ribbon and weaving it in and out at the top, right where the white or the cream and the blue come together, but I don't know. I think that'd kind of look weird. But anyway, so I gotta tell you guys a hilarious story. So I started filming, I filmed this part and then began this. Oh no, that's on the pillow. I was filming the pillow and it was so nice outside and I was like, man, I want to open the windows. I'm ready for spring, ready for some nice weather where we don't have to have the heater running. And so I opened the window and of course there's like a flock of 3 million starlings outside, so you hear a bunch of starlings tweeting. And then so I was like, you can hear the bird. Oh, and you hear a mourning dove, and it's pretty cool. But so I was filming, and I was at a part, and I was trying to tell whoever's watching. I was saying this part, instead of hiding, weaving in my tails, I'm just gonna stick them inside there. And as soon as I'm telling you, I'm going to be lazy, I'm just doing that, all of a sudden the fire siren goes off and scares the hell out of me on camera. And I can't. Oh, it was funny. And I tell you guys in the in the tutorial, I say, you know, at the very beginning, I'm like, hey, there's gonna be this part, and I don't know what time it is yet because or like the timestamp of when it happens, because um I haven't edited it yet, so I don't know when, you know, what time it's gonna be. So I'm like, hey, you know, there's gonna be a time in here that's gonna probably be kind of loud because the fire siren went off and it scared the crap out of me. It was just funny because it was like, of all things to happen, as soon as I open the window and I'm like, oh, it's so nice outside, and I'm working on this pillow, boom, the siren goes off. It was funny. Um, I wanted to tell you guys that. You'll have to just watch the video just to hear the siren go off. I guess lesson learned, right? Oh man. I have a couple other funny stories I could tell you. The other day, my daughter had a volleyball game and she wanted to ride with her friend to the game, which, you know, we didn't care. That's fine. So Matt and I get in the truck and we're backing out of the driveway, and I just happen to glance out my window and I look up and I'm like, what is that? And Matt looks, he's like, what? I'm like, look out the windshield, look. And there's this thing just float slowly, you know, like floating through the air, just through the air. And I'm like, what is that? And of course, me being me, I'm like, is it a kite? Is it a UFO? What the hell is this thing? It's how my mind works. And it's black and white. And Matt looks at it and he goes, is that a bear? And I'm looking and I'm like, is that a balloon? And Matt goes, it's a bear balloon. And it's just a black and white bear just floating through the sky. We're just amazed at this. Just like, what the? It's just weird to see because you don't see things like that where we live, you know? It was odd. But we just sat there just enamored at this bear floating through the sky. Oh, it was funny. And then last night I made monkey bread for my other channel. It's Cooking with Alana. It's in the description box of any of my videos, and I'll link it in this one too, but I just got my hook stuck in my hair. Set that down. Anyway, so I'm filming this, and my two daughters are helping me, and she's gonna kill me if she knew I said this. I told her I was gonna edit it out, but so I'm pulling this monkey bread out of the oven, and it happens to, like, I'm like, oh wow, look guys, you know, it looks so pretty, and I grabbed the monkey bread and I pulled it out and it got quiet. So all you hear is just, and out of nowhere my daughter farts, and I'm like, Jalen, really? And she's dying laughing. My other one's dying laughing. I'm like, oh, really? In the middle of this tutorial, you can't just like walk away and go fart somewhere else? She's just rolling on the floor and thinks it's the funniest thing until I tell her that I'm going to leave it in the video, and she's not having that. She's like, please, 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 no, no, no. I was like, I wasn't mad at all because, you know, I kind of thought it was funny too, but now I have to find it and remember to edit it out whenever I'm doing those videos. And she was just so devastated because I said I was going to leave that in there. Well, then it gets worse. There's more. So we're to the part to where, you know, cause it's in a bump pan and you got to put a plate over the top of it. Hold the plate in the bump pan, which my dumb butt didn't wait long enough for it to cool. So I'm trying to hold this plate in this hot bump pan, grab it, flip it over, you know, and everybody in my house already makes fun of me for having T-Rex arms because, you know, I'm short and chunky and I'm not very tall, so I can't reach anything, and my arms are short too. So here I am trying to hold this bump pan and then flip it like this, you know. I looked like a fool. And I asked Jalen, I was like, hey, can you hold the camera and film me while I'm doing this? And I'm telling you, kids, like, my daughter, she's holding the camera and I'm trying to flip this bump pan and I'm grabbing it and I flip it over and I got it sit down and I'm like, hey, it works, you know? And out of nowhere, she's just like, achoo! I'm like, Jalen, what are you doing? She's like, I'm sorry, Mom, it just came out of nowhere. I'm like, you farted in this video? You've sneezed in this video? And I'm not talking like a sneeze, you try to hold it in. No, she's like full bore sneezing, across the room. Like one of those sneezes that somebody sneezes and it scares the crap out of everybody in the room. Yeah, that's the kind of sneeze it was. And I'm like, Jalen, come on. Like, what in the world? Well, then there's still more. Okay, so when I pulled the bundt pan out of the oven, I wanted to set it on a cooling rack, so hopefully it would cool faster. So I told the girls, I said somehow the cooling rack, it got pushed really far back between. So like my refrigerator is here, and then the cabinet is here, and I have a cutting board right between here, so it's like that wide. Well, somehow the cutting board and my cooling rack were both in there, and the cutting board moved the cooling rack all the way to the back. So, and I could not reach it for nothing. And I was like, the girls have skinnier, longer arms than I do. They can get their hand in there and grab it. No, they can't reach it either. So Jalen's like, Mom, why don't you just move the refrigerator? Well, our refrigerator, the top of it is packed with these little containers of batteries and little containers of, I think there's one of flashlights, and then there's wine bottles and alcohol bottles, and of course some of them have been up there for years because I don't drink and he barely drinks. It's just stuff we were given, or things that are like, oh, let's try this, and then never try it. So it's all that top of the refrigerator is stacked. And I'm like, all right, I can do this. I can push this. So, no, I don't, stand and push no. I put my back to it and my butt on it, and I'm pushing it as hard as I can. I got my socks off, and I'm using my legs to push it, and I push it just far enough away, and a cup falls off the top. Well, happens to be a kind of, it's a plastic cup, thankfully, but it's kind of a, a sentimental cup, I guess you could say. So I couldn't just, say, oh man, and try to get it out of there and not worry about if it was okay or not. Like we had to get this cup out without breaking it. Well, and of course nobody can reach this cup. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I said, Emma, I got this great idea. You lay on my countertop. So here's the countertop right here. Here's Emma laying on this countertop. And I was like, you get your hand down here, and here's the refrigerator. And she's trying and trying and trying to get her hand down there. And we're just like that far from grabbing the cup. And she's like, Mom, you got to move it farther, which I was scared to, because there's, glass bottles of alcohol balancing on the edge of the top of this refrigerator. And I'm like, it's gonna break. He's gonna be so mad at me. So I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna try to push it out a little bit farther, but I'm scared. So here we go. So I get back on this refrigerator and I get my butt on it and I push it back, and it's not moving. And I was like, all right, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, I've got another idea. I said, Emma, you stay up on the countertop. I'm going to get this broom, and I unscrew the head of the broom off, so she's just got the handle. And I can get it in between and then hand it to her. And then I said, okay, here's what you do. You put the broom in the cup, okay? And then I got my daughter the rubber grip. I got Jalen the rubber grip tongs. And I said, you grab it when she brings it up a little higher, so because it's kind of mashed like that. So the higher she got it, the more she could get in. I said, Emma's gonna, pin that in there, drag it up. Jalen, you grab it and go. Well, finally she gets this cup out and we're like, good Lord. But I got that on video, not all of it, but I put a little bit of that on video so you guys could see. Emma doesn't know that either. So last night was a whole deal trying to film this monkey bread. It's like, good grief. Could anything else go wrong? Okay, so let's see. Oh, I didn't tell you guys about the poncho. I started the poncho and I got a portion of that filmed. You know, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, that turtleneck poncho that I made and I uploaded, I had talked about wanting to make it to where it goes all the way to the floor. It took me a long time to figure out how to do it to where it was going to come out right. And, you know, then I lost my hook and I couldn't find that for a week. And finally I found it. But I have it filmed and all I got to do is just spend a couple hours working on it. And you guys know that yarn is thicker. Excuse me. And that crochet hook is, I think it's a 10 millimeter. So just a couple of hours sitting there working on it and I could have that thing banged out. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, do whatever superstitious that's going to give me good luck that this is going to come out okay, because I sat for a long time and I'd stare at it and I'm like, well, I could do this. And I was like, no, that ain't going to work because of this. And I'd stare at it some more and I'd be like, well, I could try that. And it's like, no, that ain't going to work because of this. So finally I was doing my walk one night and I got to thinking and I thought, you know what? I bet this would work. And as of now, I've worked 2 or 3 rounds with it. It's working. Now, if it's going to continue to work the rest of the way down, we'll see. And it's not going to be, you know, straight around. It's still going to have the point, but only 2 because it's a 4-point poncho. But I turned it into a 2-point, so it's going to have a point in the front and a point in the back, and then it's going to just come down like that without increasing and getting wider. I just explain all of it in the video. I hope it works. I'm so excited because if it does, I think that'd be so cool to have a poncho, you know, that you could get to go to the floor and like wear it as like a house coat thing. I thought about even like putting in a pocket and then you could have like a hoodie pocket in it. I'm a pocket girl. Anything like if I get a cardigan or sweatpants or anything, I want pockets. It has to have pockets. But so yeah, I got that done. Or started anyhow. I got it filmed. Let's see. I'm looking at my list. What else I have? Oh. So, as I was working on this, on my little dress here, I got to thinking, there is something that I do. I'm going to call this my yarn confession. I don't even know if I should say yarn confession. It's something I do that works for me. I'll say that. And I thought, you know what? I wonder what everyone else would think if I showed them that I do this. I don't know a whole lot of people that do it. So I'm kind of embarrassed. But I want to know who else does this. So let me start this off by saying I only do this when I know I'm going to use an entire skein of yarn. So if I'm working on like this, like the white part of this dress, I knew I wasn't going to do or use a full skein. So, you know, I didn't do it. But the baby blanket, the pillow, and then this, I'm going to finish off the skein. So I knew I could do it. And what it is, oh my gosh. So I have these little totes. And they have lids. My yarn's falling out. So what I'll do, well, before I get too far, one of my biggest pet peeves with crocheting is if I'm crocheting something, I don't want to have to stop, pull yarn out, crochet along, and then I gotta stop and pull more yarn out. That drives me nuts. Especially, like I said, when I'm working on a project that I know that I'm going to be using the entire skein. So what I have is I happen to find in somebody's tackle box this little doodad. So this, what it's used for is to strip the fishing line off of the fishing reel. So you put your fishing line in here and then you push the button and it shoots the fishing line out. It pulls it off of your fishing rod. So I got the bright idea. I bet I could get yarn through there. Push this little button. I don't know if you can see it. I'll give you guys a little demonstration and show you. But it pulls all that yarn out of the skein at like super fast. And I just hold it down, like it'll come out this end. And then I just kind of, you know, it's almost like a big noodle coming out. And I just kind of fill my little tote right here. It's so funny. And then I can just sit here and crochet and crochet and crochet and crochet and crochet and never have to stop to pull my yarn out. Dude, does anybody else do that? I love it. Okay, here. I got something right here I can do a little experiment and show you guys with. But also, you know, having said that, I do have a winder. So if I have anything that, you know, I do that with and then I need to wind it up, I can wind it up into a little cake. So I have some of this. Oh, geez. All right. I will show you how this works. So at the top, see that arrow? That tells me where the yarn is going to come out. So I want to go into the opposite side. So I put my yarn in there, push the button. See it? So what I would do is I would hold this. I would hold my skein and then push this button and then it shoots the yarn out. I know, right? Necessity is the mother of invention. But yeah, and I'd sit here and I'd fill up an entire, or well, I'd do that whole skein. The bad thing is you can't just pop it open and get your yarn out. You have to snap it. But I was working on the baby blanket, the pillow, or the dress, and I got to wondering, I wonder if anyone else does that or would be interested in it. Because to me, I don't know, it bugs me to sit and fight yarn out of a skein when I can just do that. Of course, when he found out that I took his line stripper, he's like, "That's mine." I was like, "What? No, it ain't. I found it." Yeah. Well, I had another one, and the inside, so like you can pop the top off. It's got some yarn on it, but like these two little things are rubber. So when the yarn goes through it, it doesn't bother it at all. It doesn't hurt it. But the one I had, like this top piece is to put a fishing hook on, and then you push the button and it sharpens the fishing hook. Well, these two little rubber things were made out of the same thing as the fishing hook sharpener. So whenever I was trying to use it, God, get this back on right. There. When I was trying to use it, it was tearing up my yarn. So when I saw that he had one that was plastic, I was like, yeah, that's what I want. So I stole it. And then I gave him the one I ruined. He loves me. I take his stuff and make stuff. Oh, geez. But I wanted to show you guys that. That's my yarn confession. That's an odd thing that I do that, granted, you can't really travel with it, but I have, oh man, all kinds of projects in those totes that I've, and also I use them for works in progress that I, want to keep put together. I probably have, let's see, 3. I think they're, let me think. I might get quiet for a minute, just a second. I think they are sold in packs of 4 for $9. I think I may have gotten like 3 packs. So I probably have like 12. They're not all used. I mean, some of them I don't actually use for yarn. Some of them I have, other things in it. Like I use them a lot for my tumblers, because epoxy that's on tumblers, which I know you guys are not going to understand what I'm saying. This is not crochet related. Epoxy is very, very, very dangerous, and it's not dangerous as in the fumes are not good for you at all to be inhaling. So one thing I do to kind of help with the fumes is to put these totes on top of my tumblers as they're on the turner spinning, because it takes like 24 hours before they're ready for the next step. But I use them for that. I use them for my pom-poms. I have hundreds of those. But yeah, I use them for all kinds of things. I love those little totes. But at Walmart, I think they're called, I think they're called t-shirt totes, maybe? I don't know. But they're perfect. I love them. I have them stacked all over the place. But let me know, because I know some women, they always like ball them up. I don't understand why. Like, can somebody tell me why they do that? Like, do you ball it up and then like put it in a bowl or something, and then as you work, it just kind of like bounces around in the bowl? Because to me, that would be like me calling my cat to come and attack my yarn. Which, by the way, I've started this video 3 times. This is the 3rd time that I've actually been able to keep it going, because my cats have driven me nuts and I've actually had to shut my door. Yeah. Church, he's already been in here, jumped on me, jumped on the bed. Like, that cat, I love that cat to death. Oh, I could beat him. This cat, I'm telling you. You know how cats are like known to be lanky and slanky, and they they'll tiptoe through things, and not this cat. This cat is a bull in a china shop. He will come in here, barrel through everything, plop on top of something and knock my drink off and knock a lit candle off, and then just lay there and look at me and be like, "Hi." And I'm like, "Oh, cat." Like the other day I was working or filming, and he just comes barreling up the stairs, and I have wood floors in my office, so they come flying in there, and then they can't stop and slide into my desk. So the one option that they have is to jump. So they'll jump mid slide, land on my desk, slam into everything, and I'm like, you guys are like having toddlers. Oh my gosh. And then my other cat, the older one, Fuzzy Butt, he wants to be held and petted, and then he wants you to leave him alone. And then when you want to love on him and pet him, he bites you. And then there's Little Buddy, which is he is the toddler, I guess you could say. He's into everything. He's a good cat. He's into everything though, but he likes to, I have a chair in my kitchen, and sometimes I'll sit there and just look out the window while I'm waiting on something, or whatever I got going on. Well, he will sit in that chair, and when I'm walking around in my kitchen cooking or cleaning, he'll swipe at me every time I walk by. And my arm, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm trying to move the camera. Okay. So I'm going to have to explain this. I can't turn my arm because it's been broken. It's been covered in scars. But if you can see, I've got scratches there. I've got one here. And then this one comes down and then comes around. And then my legs, they're covered in scratches. So my life, cats, kids, crochet. And I sew a little, and I make tumblers. Oh, geez. But anyway, so the last little thing I've got on my agenda, right? Okay, yep. The last little thing I have on my agenda, uh, something that I am so excited about. So our family, we are campers. We will camp all summer long, and we love it. It's so super convenient for us because where we live isn't that far from work, so I can camp and work and not have a problem. Um, but we will spend all summer camping, and the only times I say all summer, but let me explain this. The only times we will come home is during holidays, and the main reason for that is because the campsites, the campground, will get so packed. Um, on holidays, it's just go home, spend some time at home, get your house back in order, things like that. Um, get your yards and whatever you need to do, uptake the camper, which, by the way, I am so super happy to say I paid off. Yay! I know it sounds stupid, but I'm so happy I paid off our camper last summer. No. November, I believe it was. Anyway, I was so happy I paid that off. Back to what I was saying though, but we'll come home whenever the campgrounds get packed for, let's see, 4th of July, Memorial Day, holidays like that throughout the summer. We come home, and then it's funny because it's such a pain in the butt. We will camp for Matt's birthday, Emma's birthday, Jalen's birthday, and then we'll come home like a week before my birthday, and I'm like, I bet you guys had fun camping for your birthdays. It's funny, but the point of me saying that is because I thought about, I know on my cooking channel I had mentioned doing some cooking tutorials, how we cook on the campfire, or innovative ways that I cook. And then we have our little side grill thing that we cook on. But I also thought about doing like some of my episodes of Chattin with Alana at the campground, which I'm gonna have to like do some serious thinking about it, because they may be outside, they may be in my camper, I don't know. But I'm excited to do it. And then I thought, well, what's better than outside lighting? I could do a couple tutorials outside. And see how that goes. So I thought, if you guys would be interested in it, and then talk to you guys, do my Chatting with Alana videos out there, or yeah, but I thought it'd be a blast to go out there. Like, I can picture it in my mind, like and give you guys a little tour of my camper and how we set, because of course I can't go camping without having my own little setup, and I got my lights, and I even have my own little clothesline that I tie to one tree and tie it to another tree, and then I have clothespins where I hang up, usually it's just towels and the girls' bathing suits maybe. Other than that, I don't hang anything else on there. Like I said, I go home and work, so all I gotta do is throw my laundry in the washer when I get home. But I have all my lights and my little decorations, and of course I've got to have the cutest little decorations everywhere. That's me. It wouldn't be campy. It wouldn't be me if it wasn't set up like that. But yeah, I thought it'd be cute to give you guys a little tour of it and show you everything. But I am super proud I paid off that camper. But other than that, honestly, that's all I had to talk about today. Actually, no, there is something else I wanted to talk about too. It just popped into my head. So I've been thinking, I know last time I had filmed one of these, I had talked about, or maybe it was that live I did, I had talked about doing 2 videos a week, a tutorial and then a Chatting with Alana. because a lot of people say, you know, like someone bigger like Crystal, when she uploads, you know, often, people will say, well, I never saw this tutorial, or I didn't get a notification for that tutorial. And I had mentioned that if, you know, I upload too many, I don't want people to be like, well, I didn't get a notification for this. So I think I have an idea on how I can upload more often, and everybody still get a notification. I'm going to experiment and see how it works. I'm not sure if it will or not, but I'm going to experiment and see what I can get going. And also, last night I was sitting in my recliner watching, what was I watching? I don't remember what I was watching. Something on Discovery Plus, which I love Discovery Plus. Anyhow, so I was sitting there, and I thought, well, I'm going to look at my phone. I haven't checked my emails lately. And I look at my phone, and then I look at my YouTube, and I'm like, whoa, how did I get so many subscribers all of a sudden? And I look in the comments, and they're like, oh, well, Crystal mentioned you. I'm like, what? So I'm looking around, and I'm like, where? I don't see it. Well, apparently she mentioned me somewhere, because I gained like 100, oh, pardon me, 100 or so subscribers. So, hi everybody, I'm Alana. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you enjoy my channel. But yeah, I was like, Crystal, you make me blush. But yeah, I was super grateful for that, and you know, shocked. And yeah. I turn red and I get blush, and then I don't know what to say or how to act. Anyway, well, guys, honestly, that's kind of all I have for now. Trying to think to make sure. Oh, would you guys be interested? I got some uh fabric to make some bags. I don't know. Would you guys be interested in seeing that? I got these. I thought that was gorgeous. These, I got 2 of them because I want to make a decent sized bag. I got some other ones. I kind of feel like you guys wouldn't be that into it, but that's all right. Anyway, so that's all I got for now. I guess I'm gonna start, you know, making sure I have more to talk about throughout the week. Quitting smoking, it's going good. I'm trying to lay off the sugar-free gum, just because I feel like it's bothering my teeth and my jaw. But yeah, that's going good. I'm still walking every night. I sleep by like 9:30 because I'm tired. But anyway, that's all I got for now, you guys. Leave me a comment. Let me know if there's a topic you guys want me to talk about. And like I said, it doesn't have to be crochet related, or if it is, that's great. You know, yarn, whatever. I have not done some shopping. Oh, hey, here's something I can tell you. Saturday, let's see, today is Wednesday afternoon. So you're going to get this Thursday morning. So Saturday, I have got to take my daughter shopping for a dress, and I plan on stopping at Hobby Lobby and getting some yarn. So either I may do a it'll be an unbagging, because, you know, shopping at Hobby Lobby, or I might just do an unboxing on a Chattin with Alana. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't decided. I'm gonna have both my girls, and then I'm gonna have their little friend with us. I was like, yay, a truck full of teenage girls. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here because I need to go get dinner started. I think it's about 5:30 maybe. I'm just gonna throw something together. I don't feel like cooking. But I think that's it, guys. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about. Somebody give me a topic. You know, I don't know, whatever you guys want to hear. Let's see. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't. And check out my description box where I got links to all kinds of goodies for you guys. And I think that's it. I kind of feel silly that I don't know what to say. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I gotta go cook dinner. I will see you in the next one. Bye.